Hello everyone. So you've been tasked with making the UV unmapped versions of the artwork for the 2D, 3D show. And you're just focusing on the 2D stuff, but you still got a bit of things to do here. So you're going to go to our 2021 Polychroma OneDrive folder virtual files, and you're going to want to actually copy a few folders here. So the pop-ups, the layout, the Blender files, and the Rhino files. You don't need the portfolio assets, but you're going to copy those to your own computer somewhere. And I'll just paste it to my desktop here in a new folder titled title your name. So I know who did what. Folder's empty, paste it in there. And then we're ready to go here. So let's see, file. Let me save this as, because this is the most recent version. I'll put it on into that folder we just made. Into Rhino, save. Yes. Okay. So then you all should be starting from this version, because that's the one that you download from the OneDrive folder. Basically, you're going to be making artwork, and you're going to be placing it arranged around the gallery space at 60 inches on center. I have a line drawn at 60 inches all the way around the gallery space, and that's what you're going to use as a guide. Here's a perfect example of what I'm looking for. Titled properly here, 2D 3D underscore the number, and I'll show you that in a minute, and the last name, first initial of the artist. And that's going to be your object that we're going to export and bring into Blender to UV unwrap. Okay. Where are we getting the information from? That is also in that same folder. If we go to pop-ups here and you go to this PDF here, this PDF has all of the sizes of the framed artwork. So you can see this piece here as a photograph is just going to have a frame. It does not have a mat. So it is going to be 18 by 13.61. So it's going to have a basic 1-inch frame around it. So that's going to give you the information. And you can actually also screenshot. These are pretty high resolution. These are fine as far as I'm concerned. If you just, I just take a screenshot, print screen, and then crop that shape into a JPEG and use that for the artwork. Okay, so take your screenshots, crop them, and use that for the artwork. It should be a proper size. The layout for the space is going to be found under 2021 3D Mockups. You'll be tasked with doing east or west corridors, 1.5 walls of each. So references for the layout are under 2D 3D layout mockups, and we're going to be using the corridor gallery. And if you see here, we've got a motion graphic here, a motion graphic here, a light piece here, another motion graphic. We got a light piece, motion graphic, and a painting or an illustration. This is the one I've already done. And then if we go to the next one, you can see the stands a little bit better. But the corridor is basically done, because the only thing that really needs to go in there is this one piece, which I've already done. And now you can see some of the other spaces as well here. So this is going to be an illustration, and you can see the numbering system. You'll have to kind of match it up with the PDF document over here. You can see this one's over here, and all of the sizes are there for you. So the next piece I'm going to do is actually this piece right here, which unfortunately is not the best representation. I can't really quite read it there. Let's see if we've actually got another image that it's a little clearer to make things easier to find. And next one. Next one. Yeah, this one's a little clearer. So we're looking at, I think, number 59 there. So we go to our Acrobat. We fly through to 59. There it is. So we'll go ahead and grab the image from here. So I'm just going to do a screenshot. Make sure my mouse isn't in the way. Okay. And we're going to draw it based on this, 24 by 18 by 1, but frame 26 by 20 by 1.5. Okay, so let's go back over to Rhino. We're going to find ourselves some wall space here. Okay. So I'm going to change my construction plane to this wall so it's easier to draw on. I've already got my central line there. And let's go ahead and type Command C plane and go Object, click on the wall, draw a rectangle, and I am bad at memorizing 26 by 20, so we go 20 shift inches, enter, 26 shift inches, enter. And of course I did it the wrong way, but we just grab it and use our gumball to rotate it the correct way. Let me actually change our units. I've got the units of this in meters already, which is what we're going to use to export. So we need to make sure we put it back in meters. But I'm going to put it in inches, and this will be saved this way, so it should work for you. If not, just change the units to inches here and allow it to scale. Then I'm going to zoom selected. Okay. That way now I don't have to put a quote next to everything. So now we're going to offset this curve. So offset the selected curve inward. And I'm going to do 1 inch, click. And then I'm going to do this one 2 inches. 2, enter. Oops, offset, select the object, 2, enter, click. So now we've got the mat, we've got the frame. Let's go ahead and grab these 3 curves and move with the move tool. Move, enter, grab it by a midpoint and bring it up. And let's look at how close it is on the wall here. Kind of match it back up to our mock-ups. How far away? They have about equal distance between these two. So you want to make sure that you're keeping everything organized based off of Michelle's mock-ups of it. And at the end of this wall, we might end up having to move things around. I can already tell it seems like we need to move things a little bit closer here. All right, next step is to make it 3D. So we're going to extrude the inner one, 0.5. The next one for the mat, we'll do 0.6. Oh, let me select both of these lines so I do it at the same time. 0.6. So that gives us a little bit of a mat. And then these 2 lines for the frame. And 1.5. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make this all one piece, just Boolean union it together. Nice thing about UV mapping is we can do the 3 different materials because they are all just kind of the same flat matness. We can do them all at once. And then we're going to create a new layer. And we're going to call this layer 2D 3D underscore and give it the number that it's numbered on our drawings here. So that was number 59. 059. And we can also double check to see who it was. So go C underscore A. Okay. And change the object layer. All right. So you're going to do that for all of the pieces and get everything just kind of laid out in for your section. So if you've got this wall and then this wall, get it all laid out properly. And then you're going to select all of your objects at one time and export them into the other program. So I'm going to actually move these a little bit more. I'm thinking they're not close enough. And the reason why you want to make sure you do all of this before the next step is because you want to make sure that it's laid out right before you export it, UV unwrap, do all that kind of stuff. So you don't want to do all that before you have it all dialed in as far as its layout goes.